Yes, Fambulem, let we drive away tribalism now, forget about nepotism. Let we all push Salon go before and make Salon a better place. For me, you, we picking them and the generation we're not born yet. We don't come back with another episode of politics and economics. Fambulem, today now one topic I'll be tempted for talk about plenty other things then, but I feel say this speech or this address where President Bio give at the Parliament, it talk but boku boku thing. In fact, the address now over 2 hour long, and I not go for play all in the entire 2 hour because then it not gonna make any sense for like I play the fool. So I go get for cut the side and way now I go say na my expertise. And I know say I talk about the economy about 2 weeks back, but I not get for go deep into it. I go just show no more whose side the economy day versus what Mr. President Bio say, and una go be the judge. And this time around, I will do very lengthy analysis. I really want for make una self participate. So I will open the phone line after when I play the first part of the speech, and where I get for talk about I go left the economy part for the last because that side I want for dive a little bit deeper into discussing about the economy. So what thing I go do that sets the stage. I go play where it talk about the audit service and we make that statement today, and I will show una an international organization we a very reputable organization and waiting and say about the current audit situation na Sierra Leone. So una go draw the conclusion for una self based on waiting this organization say. So I will definitely show una the press release. I believe say Matilda a show well we I be feeling for here Mr. Jamboria. I shown a little bit of that, but Boko of una probably not be watch. So I go show that press release day again for like una able to see how them position Sierra Leone in terms of their own assessment. So let una self go get a better understanding as to how Salon basically how particularly the people and way they into the audit service around the world. I would say accountants them around the world, and this particular organization where I will refer to now organization we definitely a very very reputable. As a matter of fact, the last time and I'll be given at the full meaning of the abbreviation. The abbreviation are INTOSAI, and what it mean? It mean the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions. Supreme audit institutions. So that foretell una the weight of this press release way I will share with una. But before I play the first clip from President Bill in lengthy address to Parliament, I go want for remind una for like una share and una basically allow other people and for be part of this discussion. And for the people that will join for the first time, my name na Abdul Karim Kargbo. I'm based in Canada, and me a professional career. Me an economist, and Again, now that make us say I want to talk about the economic situation. I will talk about inflation, within the cause inflation and the types of inflation and how for tackle inflation. I talk about all that. If una we not watch that program there, I go encourage you now for let una go back na Voice of Salon Network, VOS Network, na YouTube, and let una go na 2 weeks back, I do that program there and extensively I talk about the inflation and people then can accuse we in our VOS and I believe some other media pundits them. They say, well, una just they complain, but una need to give solution. So I want una go back. I do that program there extensively because now my area where I'm very comfortable in, and I take my time, I do the research for break them down, not to for do too technical, and I believe say because based on the comments them, people appreciate that I break them down where the average person for understand waiting inflation, how it affect the overall economy and things like that, the type of inflation. So I talk about all that. And I also draw reference to Ghana, Kenya. And today I will talk a little bit about Nigeria because we see, say, I will do a program where I talk about the impact of all the economic hardship, particularly in our African countries, them, it gets for that thing where we see now Ghana, but to more extent now Kenya, we go see that, and I even make a bold statement and say we go see that now other parts of Africa, and within weeks where I make that prediction, they see I'm right now in Nigeria, and given the fact that we African leaders them no for whatever reason, them believe say now for lie them way out. But unfortunately, social media and that waiting and call Gen Z, the millennium, they're very, very computer savvy. They know how for the use the social media, not like who daddy in time or grandpa in time. We waiting government say at them say na salon and nefcot, but not anymore. So people the young people know how to use the internet, know how to do their own research for verify whether or not the government is saying the right thing. So because of them get access to the proper or the correct and trusted information, it make them very difficult for like government then go continue for the life of people them. So now that we they see in Nigeria, we see that in Kenya, we they see them now in Nigeria, and again Salon, not na my country, I love Salon, but the way how President Bio they downplay the hardship in that country they. Salon, no matter of time, Salon get for follow suit because the people then can take they're almost like how they can say they against the wall. So they not get no other place for go other than for fight back. So again, people we go and think take and say now incitement. No. This not an incitement. This now warning to the government, particularly President Bio. And I go play for now. I go talk a lot more on the economy where I go play with he say, and I show now the actual numbers them and explain to una let una make sense of the numbers then they and una draw the conclusion as to whether or not within he say it reflect the reality na the ground. So fumble them. Again, I want to remind una say this na live program and una join Voice of Salon Network, VOS Network. So we dey broadcast now over 10 different platforms live. We dey broadcast na YouTube and we YouTube channel na VOS Network. You go get with it. And we dey broadcast na about 5 different Facebook, 6 actually, different Facebook pages live. We dey broadcast na Voice of Salon TV, wey na the main Facebook page, and we dey broadcast na VOS Radio. We dey broadcast dey live Facebook VOS Radio. We dey broadcast dey live, and we dey broadcast na Facebook / VOS SL, we na the VOS of Salon. We dey broadcast na VOS UK, we na the UK branch where we be set up, and we dey try for make modalities for like we dey get programs them independent of the main Facebook VOS page. So we dey broadcast also na VOS AUS, we mean Australia. So VOS Australia, we dey broadcast there as well. And we dey broadcast now with sister network, we na TAV network. So Facebook / TAV network, we dey broadcast they back live. So we dey broadcast, as I don't name them, 6 different Facebook pages live. We dey broadcast there. And also we dey broadcast na Twitter, now X, so X former Twitter, we dey broadcast they live, and I believe say people and we watch we live, and I want for say boku thank you to the people because they self done they gain momentum as boku people they watch we directly from Twitter way now na X. So I want for say boku thank you. And in addition to them 7 platform then they, or 8 what I don't call, so with the broadcast now we website we na vostelevision.com. So if you type vostelevision.com, you go able for see we live day. So that now another channel. And then if you go now the vosradio.com, so vosradio.com, you go able for, you're not able to see we because now radio, now the internet radio website that one day, you go able for listen to it what they say right now and catch the broadcast live. And also, if you prefer for the mobile, we get a mobile app where now you just need for go either na Google Play Store or Apple App Store for download VOS television one word. You go able get as you see na the screen, and we get boku features them where you can able enjoy the app. So we get VOS television where through the app you're able for watch me live, you get me live, and we also the screen the Olympic and boku other things them will not able get live at the VOS television app and the VOS website as well. So you get also we internet radio station we na VOS radio, the second icon when you click on them you go able for hearing me live. And also the people na salon, because we salon station we na FM 91.9, and if you basically download the app, you go able any side na the world where you there, you go able for get that VOS app day live fumble them. So again, there were not the numbers, so let I go through the numbers them for people particularly when they see the screen for like then go the one them way they join we from the app or from the radio, like they're able for listen to the numbers them and call we, and we will be more than happy for take them calls. So fumble them, the numbers them way una can call, and again I go open the phone lines after the first the first video clip from President Bio in speech or in address na Parliament. So after that, I go begin take una calls them. But in the meantime, I just want you una the numbers. So una go basically write the numbers then down and ready for participate and answer whatever or ask me whatever question. And again, this we want to make them as interactive as possible. Dear, I beg, as much as I respect una, I go expect for una respect the platform and respect me. They share my knowledge for free. Yes, again, I'm not perfect. Me not to the smartest guy in a saloon, but however, I will suggest for like una take the sense out of the nonsense where I get for say. So to me, for like we able see how we go push the country go before. So now let I read the numbers them. For the people in where they now North America, we include US, Canada, and Mexico. We get a toll-free number where you don't get for pay anything. That number is now 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. If you're in a UK, you want for call the local number for call are +44-2080-89-1455. +44-2080-89-1455. If you call from Australia, the local number for call where you go reach you directly now +61-2909 84337 +61-2909 84337. If you call any other part of the world, you know how for call the numbers here we are just shown now. We get a universal number where no matter what part of the world you dey, even saloon, you're able to reach me directly. And make you always call them the one port number. So now we WhatsApp number and you go equally able for reach we live from that number there where you dial that number there. And the number now 1-343-997-5828. 1-343-997-5828. And as I said before, we get a VOS radio station at Freetown, we're in a 91.9 FM. And not too long ago, they celebrate the 1 year anniversary, and I want to say kudos to all the folks them na salon where they push the radio they go before. And we get, in fact, very good programs them. They try for develop programs them we go cater for most tribes them na salon. Like for now we get a program with na Mende program, we get a Fula program, we get a Timni program, and I believe say then we get a Limba program as well. We they communicate through that program they to we people them at the remote villages as long as they're able to get way for connect either for download the app if they get data or the people and where they within Freetown. For now, we're not able for expand, go beyond Freetown because of regulations, but we try for find a way, whether or not for expand branches. Now the provinces, where they work on that, we the people in the provinces go able to catch we directly through the radio station as well, or the radio device. So fumble them. We don't say all this. And again, I go encourage you now for Leona share, even though we get Boku platform them, but not to everybody able for be aware for them of them platforms then they and for whatever reason, particularly Facebook, people that don't bring unto their attention saying where will they come on, they need to get notification. So in that case, I will suggest for like una basically resubscribe or follow we and click the notification bell. So where you click the notification bell, anytime when we come, you go able for get notification from Facebook. Apparently, then change wetin they call algorithm. So the system it changed some setting. So you know automatically resubscribe like the notification. So you get for manually go back and turn on the notification where you will get notification anytime we come on the air. So this I will say now the housekeeping items. So let me go to the program proper. I go again play for una the first part where I want to talk about the audit service because the president make them clear from a address and talk say the audit service. But again, una just listen to them and I will come back. Not too long. This one not too long excerpt. Now just about 3 minutes of the video where I caught we talk specifically about we position in terms of the audit service and our salon. So I will come right back when I not go no side, when I stay tuned, and I will come and talk about this particular thing where you say after this short clip.
The MCC provides grant funding for large-scale infrastructure projects, reducing fiscal pressure, allowing for increased investment in social goods and signaling Sierra Leone as a prime investment destination. The 480 million MCC compact we drive profound governance reforms in the energy sector, enhancing financial viability, increasing access to reliable energy, and stimulating growth in agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. MCC investments will create jobs and new income streams for Sierra Leonean businesses. Governance, human rights, and justice reforms. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, justice and transparency forms the bedrock of a stable, prosperous society. Corruption erodes the soul of a nation, entrenching systematic injustice and lasting consequences. As stewards of this nation, we must embody the rule of law, ensuring that justice and transparency guide our every decision and action. My government has consistently scored high marks in international anti-corruption indicators. Such as those by the MCC and Afrobarometer, due to our dedication to fighting and minimizing fraud, waste, and abuse. The Anti-Corruption Commission's rigorous strategy has led to a record high recoveries, doing so independently. Confidence in the audit service has increased. It is now covering 85% of government expenditure and expanding into new audit areas like environmental and climate change, information system, forensics, and extractive industries. With the European Union's support, we are deepening decentralization, empowering local authorities to more effectively identify, plan, budget, monitor, and assess projects. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has advanced peaceful coexistence in communities, particularly in selecting traditional leaders and resolving tensions.
All right, Fambulem, I know say President Bio talk about the MCC. I'm not gonna go there again because I don't talk about that. Boku boku tem. So, but that last part where you talk about saying the audit service they I dey paraphrase na yeah, they don't like very credible and also don't gain huge recognition at the paraphrase. Now, the audit service, and we know say currently the president they go through the process for remove the auditor general. So the audit service where it say it don't gain recognition in a good way. Now let us show una this press release. And this press release, now recent press release. And this press release, it come from, like how I be tell una, saying international body. And the specific name for this international body, now the International Organization of Supreme Audit institutions like supreme audit institutions in an international organization. So for say sometime or na APC or na Salon Bossing or Madam Lara Taylor Pierce a bribe, this na international organization we comprise of supreme audit institutions. So let's read to now. Waiting and say breaking IID, IDI and INTOSAI. So now that abbreviation the INTOSAI we mean International Organization Supreme Audit Institutions. So International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions. So waiting then say by this press release from Bulem. Very important for let we understand clearly because this again let we not take and say oh na liar na they orchestrate they undermine the government and stuff. No, this na international organization. So I want for re-emphasize that. Let people and get on clearly because I think the last time I just talk about the abbreviation, but I not spell them out. So again, for people that we just join we, the INTOSAI, it mean International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions. So let's read for una waiting, then say breaking IDI and into SAI. General Secretariat issue joint position expressing concern over the removal process of Sierra Leone's Auditor General. So they show a link where you can read the full briefing note where I get but I know for do too lengthy reading on this one because the press release it capture all the thing that we need for know at this point. So now they say today IDI and the INTOSAI General Secretariat expressed their deep concern over the unprecedented advancement of removal proceedings affecting Sierra Leone's suspended Auditor General, Mrs. Lara Taylor Pierce, and Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tamba Momo. This development, announced on 9th July 2024, raises significant concerns about the future of independent audit and oversight in Sierra Leone. So they use two big words now. Say unprecedented, like a rare, not just something we common, a uncommon, the kind where the government they advance the process for remove Madam Lara Taylor Pierce and in deputy we na Mr. Tamba Momo. So they also not to just uncommon practice because na salon in recent time in modern democracy this will be the first time in my understanding where the government they remove the auditor general or they do a process put out a process for remove the auditor general where you know resign or you know retire. So that's now the unprecedented aspect that. But beyond that, they also say the concern, big one. Because if it begin do this, just like how we see, and this na me the interpreter now, just as we see with the ACC, we see Koroma, the way we behave, now that ACC there, and it puts somebody we clearly in a party person, not to neutral somebody, and we don't see him now saying him as the ACC boss, and they talk about Andy Macaulay now, where Ade Macaulay, I believe I pronounce the name correctly, where is supposed for help the current ACC for give evidence or for help them for investigate people them way they suspect for be corrupt and stuff. But now him be the possible way they defend them people in a way it be supposed for they go after. So that by itself question the independence at the time of the ACC. And the same way so we they see Ben Kelfala way come to APC or the people and way now of low I go say profile now SLPP and they go after them rigorously. But the people and where the president and the SLPP party interested in it them find way for mass and twist them different way or look the other way. As we see the case against parentarily, as a matter of fact, it all returned a parliament and getting position back. And as we be see the former immigration boss, we now get another position where they may investigate the vehicles they would engage and all that as a gift. Vehicles, expensive one at that. And also one, about 3 expensive vehicles, if I remember correctly. And yet, a twist them, they say, well, and they're not go able for prosecute them, and give some flimsy excuse we know all water. In my opinion, they're not strong. So similar way, this particular press release or this particular institution or this organization, they express concern. Say if President Bio gets away with this, Parliament not try for do their work properly and not allow this for happen, it will affect the independence we Lara Bidon they enjoy. We all see when it come after APC. During the Ebola, and they call it Ebola Gate, where an Escoma left in a video, where it talks, I tell them, say, let them know it's Ebola money and blood money and stuff. And as a matter of fact, now some of the reports then they will show plenty areas them where APC not be able for account for. Some spending them where you go easy for conclude say that's not corruption because of the irregularities then they and they're not able for explain why some money be missing or why they spend money where they're not able for account for. So all the reports then they at the time where President Bio be the campaign at that time in a be candidate, it make it clear. Say the audit service under Lara Taylor Pierce, Miss Lara Taylor Pierce, be do a great job So then trust the work we do and use the reports then they against the previous administration. And in fact, then reports then they then lay boku boku foundation for the commission of inquiry. So if you be say and believe say that woman, it be very professional, you believe in a report, and now you just turn around because you dey scared for like a no pull secrets na do, because the one famous issue where they make clear saying that trip to Lebanon where president, whether na working visit or na vacation or something, as simple as say, okay, well, one receipt where you office submit for audit, that receipt there, it not look like na authentic receipt. It look like na forged receipt. So we want for verify on your behalf. Just imagine, on behalf of the office, where to mean are the right thing for do. On behalf of the office, we want for verify if the hotel that then deliberately don't try for engage in corrupt practice, we make them give a forged receipt. So now, according to the tribunal, now that only reason they then give during the trial, the hearing, I should say. So now, President Bio, they don't hand over the audit report. The tribunal report. So somebody where you accuse, because he even talk about true democracy and transparency and accountability. If you transparent, you convince, even though I don't talk say the process where they in fact use for set up the tribunal from waiting I read from the constitution, constitutional. But let me put that as secondary issue. But if you convince, say, this woman engage in malpractice, professional misconduct, why you not show the public? Or at least show the woman. That's not transparency. That's not democracy. When you accuse somebody, you get for sure the evidence. They say, oh, well, go show them and let where parliament call them, and go na parliament where even know what thing specifically it do wrong. That's not a democracy. That's not authoritarian rule. That's not autocracy. That's not dictatorship. So now some of them thinks this organization get concerned about, where they make it clear. Now read that paragraph there again. Today, IDI and Intosai, which is the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions, General Secretariat expressed their deep concern over the unprecedented advancement of removal proceedings affecting Sierra Leone's suspended Auditor General, Miss Lara Taylor Pierce, and Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tamba Momo. This development, announced on 9 July 2024, raises significant concerns about the future of independent audit and oversight in Sierra Leone. So then continue for make the case as to why them think say the country need to go in the right direction, but this particular one. This case is the first ever removal of a public official in Sierra Leone's democratic history. The public official Naya, probably a kind of too general, but this Lara in stature, and that's what they refer to, where it be similar to how if you remove a sitting judge, high court judge. So now that's the they refer to now. Saying this case is the first ever removal of a public official in Sierra Leone's democratic history. As such, this could deter future oversight actors from carrying out institutional mandates and from acting independently, negatively impacting the stability and execution of audit functions in Sierra Leone going forward. So what do I mean by this? Common sense for tell we say, if we allow President Bio get away with this, because we know say Parliament a rubber stamp, even though it need a 2/3 majority, but I don't say them before saying it just need because assuming to say all the SLPP MPs them vote in favor of the removal, and then all the paramount chiefs then join them for vote for the removal. The only way you combine the SLPP parliamentarians and the chiefs them, you only need about 3 or 4 MPs them from APC. So 3 or 4. So imagine how APC right now fractured, how APC right now they go through their own ups and downs, and you get few people them, at least we don't come publicly, we indicate, we show we clearly saying they go put money ahead of the country interest. So, and that's make, to me, I don't want for left everything to Parliament, because I don't trust the parliamentarians, both APC and SLPP. And of course, the paramount chiefs them, and I feel say they're useful to some extent. Again, not to insult, but now Parliament, because if they vote, they all vote for the party or the president in power. So then, waiting at the use. Where I say they're not useful, that's not to insult Fambulem. Now, just for saying, then they because similar to how in the United States, where now the Senate, when the upper house, then get each state get 2 people them where they represent them now the Senate. So in a similar way, each district they be represented by a paramount chief. So now that make you get 12 paramount chiefs them. 14 now because Falaba and Karine. So now we get 14 districts. So now you get 14 paramount chiefs. So each district represented in a parliament by a parliament by not just the parliamentarians them, but a chief where you go say okay, well, it go create that balance regardless of whose political party they support, but as long as na chief it go represent in people in a parliament, we mean say they're supposed for help with checks and balance. But sadly enough, it they happen. So now I make us say they're not useful. So I want to let people understand that, saying I know they disrespect we chiefs them. So because they vote one way all the time, meaning that the party where the president be, nine they vote for. And always they accept the president's agenda. They all based on history. So I don't rely on them. So now you come to the APC. I don't go call their names because I don't know if they go take bribe this time around. But it's very clear saying you get few of them. If President Bio give money, then go vote in favor of President Bio and against the party. And this is even easier for do because APC not go know specifically the people that will go vote for this bill or this removal because na secret ballot. So unlike in the United States, like then crucial vote here, people then can go on the record, say I vote against that particular procedure there, or I vote in favor of that procedure there. But in this case, they get for do as a secret ballot. So now the major risk that will make me feel say we for stop them before even go parliament. And the judiciary get that responsibility there, as Madam Lara Taylor Pierce, a lawyer, don't ask for like the Supreme Court or the High Court intervene, or the Supreme Court, I believe, intervene for interpret that part of the Constitution where show how for set up the tribunal in the first place. So meaning if the court, and that's not the other difficulty, because it hard for like we court them, reverse waiting the president don't do. So to me, I feel saying a deliberate attempt for elect president to be able to get away, even when it's unconstitutional. So you not even wait after that ruling day for letting them rule whether or not setting up the tribunal a constitutional, it go ahead and send ask a attorney general and minister of justice, say let the attorney general send prepare for table the proposal for remove Lara Taylor Pierce from imposition, where we all know say now woman will get high esteem. Otherwise, this international body not for be put on. If it be corrupt and then get evidence of incorrupt practices, clearly then they are against the ethics of in career, or the ethics of the audit service. So then conclude by saying the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions, INTOSAI, and IDI stress the importance of a transparent and timely parliamentary process to ensure the public remains informed, and collectively call on stakeholders, including civil society, development partners, and the media to stay informed as the case progresses towards finalization. So Fambulem, what make has shown at this, and for just giving evidence of where President Bio say the audit service, again at the paraphrase, is well respected and again recognition internationally. It's very clear, saying a action they undermine that credibility we under Madam Lara Taylor Pierce Salon build. It undermine that. So I go take a call. Now the phone lines they're open. I go take the first call before I come now into the economy. And the economy definitely not a sideway again, as I say. Let me bread and butter that one day. So let's take the first call and VOS Network. Hello caller. What's your name and who side you call from, please?
Hello?
Hello. What's your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, Mr. Kargbo, the name James.
Hello,
Yeah, Mr. Kargbo.
Hello, brother James. Thank
this
you.
respectable institution, I feel say we made a lot of stuff inside that letter with the right, because I don't know what the historical memory about Salon. Salon is known for removal of sacking or even firing public servants. Even though the government today and the past government, they don't ever respect any limit of any public servant in the country. And I believe, say, Lara Young's case, It has been extraordinary. Let me just go through the names I can remember. When Anel Kuba came, he fired, forcefully removed the bank governor, even though JBO just had time limit, he was not respected. He removed the ACCA boss, even though he had time limit, he was not respected. Go on, even to the point of the Chief Justice. They have been forcefully removed, sent to retirement. Their time limits cannot be respected. So for us to see Lara don't go through this procedure, even the vice president of that country have been removed without so have not been respected within a day. These guys have been removed, no criteria says, nothing said, no investigation. And the last Taylor will not take 2 years. So I believe the removal of Auditor General is more difficult than any of these public servants measure feel. Biocam, they removed the ACCA boss, time limit was not respected. Even now, the CJ, the Chief Justice of the country, you and I know say they have been removed or forcefully sent to retirement, which they call leave. Judges, even the President CJ, he gave a law. While Anel Kumar was in power, he was part of the justice. He was forcefully sent to retirement. He was only lucky when BO came, a recaller, reinstated as a judge, and he gave him that CJ. So I don't know why a credible institution like that go right. They do not have all these facts. So I believe that it's alone public servants are being toasted around with the past government, present government. So for them to say this is going to be the first removal, okay, yeah, removal going through parliamentary procedure, which is somehow respected, and I'm happy that the tail end of the letter, they say they wish the parliamentary procedure should be transparent. And that's all for look forward to. This institution cannot dictate. It cannot dictate the way public servants are removed in our country. They can protest because subscriptions appear to them by individuals, but they cannot. Our country is not run by them. So and that we will say we cannot waste time.
Okay.
And I will respect your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that. Let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and where you call from, please. What's up? Go ahead. What's up? Go ahead, please.
But I got some question for you. And the first question: who stay the go salon before the end of this year or next year? And at the first one, you got to answer me that you got.
So then they get direct direct control of the program.
No, well, because I can always participate sometimes. By the end of the program, last program, you bash me Saturday, and you make some commentary. I try for clarify. And when I've been talking about certain things, they say for send you authentic, for you for proof. I don't send you them, and I send audio message. So I just want you for clarify that. Say yes, because you tell me say I'm a conspiracy theory, and I didn't lie. Now so you make, and what I tell you, but. Two constitution, you text and people they respond. But I refer that to Ebola make in the public. The District of Columbia, they know they represent the 50 states. So now a separate entity, like the military industrial complex. So when I say two constitution, people they not going to understand. I'm not saying that two constitution America they use front, But the District of Columbia get a constitution where they know they abide with the constitution where they go. So now I make most time they cry foul. And fourth, you wait and give the immunity to Donald Trump. You cry the court, the Supreme Court, like a foul. And every past president gets that immunity. They show not to foul. So I leave to you that and they are not being called. Then secondly, you mentioned Trump to Maada Bio. So I don't know, nobody not pick that, or they not tell you. But I don't know yourself, maybe your conscience don't work you now. How you go mention President Trump to Maada Bio? They go say the two are the same. Now like an abomination to me. So when you bash me after all Lentin and then I may send you authentic to their left video, I believe say if I don't go through them, and the World Economic Forum, I believe say if I don't go through them, if you're not convinced, I can give you more. So let me go now to what you receive. Okay. We don't talk about the democracy all along because I remember I don't hit on several programs, but you still they defend this democracy. Mr. Jallo Jamboy, I don't tell you over and over yourself, even the third and call you as a representative or how you call them for now the panel. You still not been convinced. I just hear you last Saturday where they say where you go check so timber black content and you they convince yes with Mr. Jallo Jamboy have been talk now too. And two, when we they call us 3 minutes, every time when I say something, if the caller call for do some correction, in the court we of say I give you a minute, let me correct you. That's wrong. Because it's on the program, not they do that. Then they allow you for finish, then they deliberate. I remember last Sunday, where that man and Lester call, wait till he say, say, call back for confirm, say, the reason why I say so now, so and so. So then clarify and then take on that way. But you and my sister, they always cut we off and try for correctory. That means, I don't know, it just like I know always thing they do. So every time when I say something, they try for say on we own, they cut we off, say, I give you time, but let me correct you that side. That's not a producer. It just like saying I'm mainstream media now. And we depend on and in a way independent media. But if you know they try for behave like the mainstream media now, I don't know. Me answer to you, they try for make legacy or they try for make history. Because like Sunday way, the producer been talk about Usman Thomas, where you know make legacy in a history make. Because myself I don't go.
All right. Well, you see, you time argue half.
I will call back. I not be able to talk all done.
So again, I just want to avoid for argue people them. And at that make
because what you do now, if I say something, me the reason why I not can call something at the listing. But like then two sides and then I want to correct you, you know. When you say you bash the Supreme Court and are they right? And then you compare Mawe no ever fetch war. Now the first president in the United States where we can never fetch war. So they go compare him and Maada Bio. So me no know. Maybe then they give something a corner for help.
You see, I can say you na conspiracy.
But you say me that Donald Trump is supporter. And so you say Saturday. I listen.
Not talk over me. I just want for let we engage in a civil because
go ahead. At least what you said that.
Now that make I want for hang up on you. You listen to me comment and then you call back because it look like say me you to not able for engage in a civil discussion because you just they throw things them like where somebody they throw a pot on a wall. Anyway, we sticky gladdy and not to so me they argue. Me they argue
Karim.
with
Now, Karim, now two things that we make a coming. We not to the right thing you say. I don't go try say they correct you. Because
let we quickly use 2 minutes. Tell me waiting at the first thing where you feel say I get wrong.
You say the Supreme Court of United States now wrong decision they take with and give them at least in that they are not being called that day. And
Okay.
secondly, the other program.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Yes, let handle this one. You see, plenty of now. Waiting now yeri, now na just the yeri. I don't make no categorical statement like that. The program where they refer to, I give reference to an Escoma in lawyer, the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, we na JFK. So if by the article it say because of the Supreme Court rule in favor of Donald Trump for gain absolute immunity, so similar things apply to Koma, and it be argue on that. So it try for strengthening in argument say it be right then. So now I say I try for talk about I even reference the Constitution. Say yes, the Constitution of Salon make that. But the Constitution of Salon, the way it put it make it so terrible that anything where president do, any crime or anything so far, in private capacity or official capacity, as long as it be president, no accountability, no day on aid. Now that's a say. So for say, the Supreme Court, now the supreme body of the United States, the same so for Salon. So whether in rule, whether you like it or not, you get to abide by it. So it no matter what somebody think. So it's nice for you to listen and get me analysis properly. So you don't understand now my point?
I don't understand your point, Mr. Karim.
Fine. So I try for reference.
So what about the second one now?
Okay, yes. So this one now, the first one, you agree say you wrong in terms of your assertion about me? Say, the Supreme Court in America wrong. Hey, boy.
The way why you rephrase that, me just like say, the Supreme Court, no, they're not getting it right, and just like what you mentioned, Salon, Supreme Court, and yeah, because we don't see a lot of things the way Supreme Court and I don't bridge.
So you see where you they mix up.
Now party politics
don't say the Supreme Court not get the right. When I then get the right to interpret the Constitution, and when I don't interpret the Constitution, now the highest body that one day. You know they appeal them at all.
I understand that, Mr. Karim.
Yeah, so waiting at the second
Salon.
Waiting at the second. Waiting at the second one.
You say Donald Trump, you mentioned Donald Trump and Maada Bio.
Okay. So you see, so this again, una get selective where plenty of una get selective. They listen. They listen to me.
Why are you talking again? I listen to you.
The context we put saying President Bio, it deliberately or maybe not even conscious. They mislead people.
But you don't use the word deliberately or maybe not even conscious. So you still don't contradict yourself. So talk and say deliberately. But when they say deliberately or not even conscious, we not go book about now common sense. When you use them two words and they what that mean? They don't make nothing.
You know what?
Of them?
Now the
if
problem
you go direct say deliberately, I understand. Or if you say
waiting at the definition.
You talk. It's just like when you say no or yes. Now you say so deliberately or unconscious. So I mean, you don't answer yourself question. We're not learning English, but now common sense. Now we get.
Okay.
So say deliberately, or you say maybe But you dey
Anyway,
go put
if
all two together. So what did that mean?
I go angle because
Hang
I
on, you
want
dey
for
answer the question where they make now the answer deliberately
yeah,
unconscious or unconscious. So what did they say? Talk one. Either
okay.
you said unconscious, or you said
Anyway,
deliberately, but they bind all two together. So what did that mean? What to me they
fine.
confuse? You get common sense. Is that
Oh,
like when
well,
they say yes or no?
me brother, I want to be civil.
No. Mr.
I really
Karim,
want.
just go straight, say deliberately he do this. But when they say or he unconsciously, that means it's just like when they ask you question, either say yes or no, but you answer both yes, no. That's what they say.
Okay,
Deliberately or he unconscious. Go ahead. Now you learn this democracy, the definition.
I'm not gonna allow you for derail the program, okay?
No problem. That's like what say. No, let's go talk one and left you now. Let's talk one. What they say diversity. Diversity, right? The umbrella of diversity. Now inclusive, everybody for the one. But the same diversity, when are the head umbrella.
Anyway,
now I don't bring Sodom and Gomorrah all sides, so the diversity.
Thank you very much. I think it must happen, say, with border. I don't know. It tell like somebody where it gets again. This not to disrespect, but the way when you they talk, you they all over the place, and mean they talk so. Now you don't say something, say how they confuse you. Why you not just ask me for like clarify? The key word, when are the connecting word? Now all. Either it is done deliberately or subconsciously. So what's I confusion there? Now one of the two. So you need I not use both. If I for say on you they do them consciously and unconsciously, then that's a confusion. Because I say and, so using both together. Then you say, oh, you get common sense and stuff. As simple as that. Now, one of the two. He either do them deliberately or he do them not even aware, subconsciously. And now, Adepa explain for clarify, for educate you, you they go all over the place. And then when you make, oh, we need to give more time and stuff like that. So now this number of time, just imagine, I give extra minutes. And you they all over the place. I believe say, but could people don't even understand what in you point where you they make. You ask, you say, as I compare Donald Trump and Maada Bio. I want to explain to you now the context. And then you're all over the place. How many times they don't fact check former President Trump? Where for the most part, the false statements they're not in plenty by his speeches them. And you look at President Bio's speech, and I just give you one instance where he talk about the audit service. And the reverse. This now a prominent international organization get concerned about the way how it try to remove the Auditor General. Institution where you say well respected. And now you they try for weaken them. And then you say now a position of strength. That's misleading. I go show other things them again. But my brother, this, we they practice what we preach. As I be said previously, Boku platform them, including the platform where you go say na taxpayer, then they pay the president, na taxpayer money, then they pay the information minister. See how restrictive them be. Na them platform then they. We now then supposed for do wetin we they do so. Give you 3 minutes So you want for, oh, well, the 3 minutes not sufficient and just want for like, if you want for take part, we don't make them severally, repeatedly clear. If you want for take part, you want more than 3 minutes, send a message to we and say you want for come as a guest. Now we program. We will definitely make arrangement for bring you come now the program. So that time then now you get plenty time for go back and forth, particularly positions them way make sense. Because you don't go just go back and forth without even people understand your position. So Fambulem, again, as I be try for conclude on the Auditor General, una see, I know say Bokof una no go gladdy where I engage me brother. But it look like say me brother, look how we start. Who's tell me they go salon? We don't get any bearing for do with this program or this platform, in fact. And now you're all over the place. Like somebody will just lack for your own voice. And then you try for talk about, oh, the thing where you be talk about America get 2 constitution and stuff. You don't even wait for I educate you based on the research what I don't do. And I make it clear, I'm not perfect. I don't get monopoly of knowledge, but where I don't research something, somebody come and want for distort that information they, no, I'm not going to take that. And I even show clearly saying, you talk about district DC where now this District of Columbia. Say, oh, DC not get constitution, then get their own constitution and all that. I make a clear show. Say each state get their own constitution for deal with internal matters. However, the state constitution get for align with the national constitution. Because the national constitution supreme, it supersede the state constitution. It just like where you go get parliamentary act. Where parliamentary act now a law on its own, like law where parliament pass and saying, well, this will be a law. However, that law dey enough for contradict the constitution. If it contradicts the constitution, then the Supreme Court gets the right for strike them out and say it unconstitutional. The law people then say ultra virus. And they all over the place. Oh, I send things then to you. I left voice message. And but within yourself, you not go use common sense and say if a country, or even let we forget about a country because it's not possible. But let we say a club, a social club or organization gets 2 constitutions, varying constitutions, different aspects of them 2 constitutions than they. You feel say that organization they go on properly? Absolutely not. Because when somebody want to do something, he refer to one of the other constitution. And where the other person want to do something, he say, oh, according to that other constitution. You just go create chaos. So my brother, again, I can always say, people do not need for be highly educated for listen to my program or watch my program. But I always, they ask for like people that use common sense. Because I know say yes, it's easier for let people and get the urge and say, you know what, I want for prove Mr. Kargbo wrong. That's fine. Not fair point. Not fair game. But however, you know for come and distort waiting at they say. You say differently. Let me take one more call and then I go play for una the economy part. And then because we don't go past 1 hour already. VOS Network, hello caller, what's your name and where you call from, please?
Mr. Kargbo, at the call from Virginia. This is not short one. You know,
yes, sir.
I want to take the opportunity on behalf of me and the family and the people of Salone. We tell you thank you for what you do for we. But I want to say this. Let nobody not discourage you of what you do and what you love for educate we. This is a legacy, and the child accepted in a school for learn from you. And nobody, this man don't take the whole program, don't obstruct the whole program, which will for benefits from you today. The teacher will forget today. You don't make them behind. You understand? And I just try to encourage you, continue good work and stand with Salone people now. So any side we will try to obstruct. You understand? For learn more, we'll not able to educate. And education is the key. And when somebody educates, you not educate, you forget the respect for the way we learn and respect them. And that's why you go up and back, say, the one who educates back for respect will not educate. And you do that so much, you respect even who will not learn self, you try to give you the opportunity for let we even voice we opinion them. So me, this particular I want to continue for listening the good part of the program, not to that side. So that man don't the program, we don't waste we knowledge and everything. I continue, Lord listen. So from there we will call back. We cannot start the program. I just can't meet up tomorrow when call. Let not obstruct you. If you want, let open your own program, let open your own group and talk with you for talk today and you'll take part. Not everybody go for that. Yeah, this is a teaching process. We learn a lot of the economy, we learn a lot of things in that country. Let not obstruct we do ya a big. You don't miss your class today. Over 5-10 minutes, you always forward. Let's talk today.
Well, thank you so much, bro. But again, you know, saying I Sierra Leonean, right? And me love Sierra Leone. So
yes,
that's
but we look for again the thing. I understand, Mr. Kargbo, you're a very decent person and very understand the ethical democracy. But for let us the waste at the same thing that happen with the Western countries who be which they happen in other countries. They are educated. Let me say no waste on the line. Like you and if I come back,
you did within you 3 minutes, but we go take one more call. But thank you very much as always, bro. Truly appreciate your kind words. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I always say that you get it. Thank you. Thank you. Don't take that from way. Now you. Thank you, my brother.
All right. Okay. Let we take them both ways. How about that? All right. Well, again, let me take one more call, and then I will go to the economy part. All right. For some reason, we lost that call there. All right. So, fumble them. Let I play for Una. I go kind of slice them small, because the economy part is very lengthy. But before we do that, let me just take one more call. You don't say I want for people them. I not just want let me no more they talk. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name?
Oh, hello, Mr. Kargbo.
Hello, brother.
This is the brother Mans.
Hello, brother Mans. Thank you very much for calling. What do you take on the program tonight?
You know, I just want to show a very, very good line on behalf of me and the people that we can listen in Amios. We want to tell you plenty thank you, and we want to make you know say we appreciate your efforts and your time. And I will confess to you say, even if you pay me probably $1,000, since I know get this thing we get and this patient we get.
Thank you.
And also, I just want to take this opportunity for make them known say this 3 minutes for you to give me, it's a privilege.
Yeah.
We plenty platforms them at the social media space. We know they get 3 minutes, to be honest. We know they get them. So this for me it's a privilege. You don't owe anything to any one of we, but you feel say you owe it to your God and your conscience, and they try to make you little contribution for see we country go before. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. And thank you.
I just jump go to something where you comment on concerning the Auditor General and try for juxtapose them quick with waiting Brother James be the say. You know, sometimes they will not look for the reference we say when this call, this was also come for oppose or this was also come for contradict. You know, question I want for pose to Brother James, I shall say good listen and I hope so that now this trend we want for see continue in a salon when we all one person accountable tomorrow by 2029, 2030, APC kind of power. When they fire the Auditor General or then fire one High Court judge. Now this same excuse we want the APC they give we say Maada Bio we don't fire the Auditor General. Ebo, I think say them be talk say this is a new direction. I think say them be talk say the woman be they do good work. I think say we tell we say the sacking of the vice presidents as we already condemn, it was wrong. And it not make them right because now they're in power. I think say we for follow the good example and try for do the things the way good. And another thing I just want for contribute and support you what you say. Now the fact say then chief they will get na parliament. To me, when I can sit down they think about waiting they go on, I don't feel say we supposed forget them day. It's a waste of resources. That money they for take them for employ more nurses or doctors or teachers or increase doctors and salary or something like that. But it's a complete waste. Parliament gives them, then for them and then district them for uphold values and tradition, not for support government. Now they right for the political party, but then for be objective and try for seek the interest of the people them. But for make that they talk, say that the government of the day that they support, it not get used. So they might as well just get out of the parliament and just left the one the way the parliamentarians the way they did. Let them do because we know already say then they for the government. Because what's in parliamentary, what's in the other arms of government that they do, now for all the executive to balance, to account. All them the position, all the executive to account whether they do things the way wrong. Parliament not pass bad laws. When the government won't pass bad laws, now you for stop them. When they carry the Auditor General in case go so, Parliament you for think what you picking, think what you got that you conscience, and do the right thing. Not make them say you send a secret vote. Vote openly. Let you people and see say next year, 10 years down the line, and not be support the removal of the Auditor General. But for them they compare because the one and they be don't do the bad thing, not to today begin. Hey, that's all Wallace alone go. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Brother Mans, and you nail them because that are always the emphasize and saying, let we stop for use APC and SLPP as benchmark because all two them party I don't feel the country. So if SLPP now within a power, they go back and they reference APC where APC the own I go say the own history a very terrible, abysmal as Englishman I go say. Not to something we go write home about. And then where SLPP commodity with this kind terrible behavior undemocratic means, then APC begin reference waiting like how we brother say, waiting be done they do all the undemocratic approaches them or procedures them. Who side the country go? So now he make are always the same. A good starting point. Now for Lek Salon, the current administration, again, we need for get a starting point. Let we not say we wait till 2028 for let them be a starting point. No. Let President Bio see in own position as the starting point. And let it compare with countries them where don't strive. We don't strive for strengthening democracy. Otherwise, we will just stay one place and probably deteriorating because where the rest of the world they go before, we they can't be in. So again, we get other calls them, but like I play the economy part and then I go talk about and just show now things them. Again, I'm not gonna go too deep because I don't deal with inflation. We are going to encourage you now for let una go and talk about that. The first thing first, President Bill envision as to how it resolve the youth employment. Let I touch on that first, and then I come to the overall economy as he put them. All right. It look like say
creation and rural livelihoods. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, job creation is crucial for a thriving economy. Our youth employment scheme focuses on protecting, supporting, and creating jobs across the country for our growing youth workforce. We are committed to a cohesive approach, investing in education and skills training, developing inland valley swamps, digital jobs, and technical skills to integrate youth into public sector agencies. Sectoral agencies developed with active involvement of young people will map out job quality and quantity. In addition, my government has helped resolve over 70% of industrial disputes, including the payment of severance benefits, collective bargaining agreement, and union disputes. We have reinforced these actions by enacting and proposing new legislation, including the Employment Act 2023 and the Work Permit Act 2023. Upcoming bills such as Industrial Relations and Trade Union Bill, the Workers' Compensation Bill, the Social Protection Bill, and the Occupational Health and Safety Bill will further support workplace equity and safety, affirming the right to decent work and pay. The Sierra Leone Local Content Agency fosters market and job linkages through supply market development programs, tailored TVET schemes, dedicated made in Sierra Leone shares in retail outlets, and bookkeeping and entrepreneurship skills training. 18 cocoa, coffee, and cashew block farms have been established, increasing productivity, entrepreneurship, sustainable livelihood, and creating thousands of jobs in the informal economy and rural communities. Rural livelihood. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, rural development is crucial for our nation's growth and stability. A significant portion of our farming and food production occurs in the rural communities. Rural does not have to mean poverty. By developing our rural areas, we can alleviate the burden on cities and ensure even greater growth across the country. We have invested in rural roads, bridges, markets, and social infrastructure across 5 regions to create safe farm-to-market channels, facilitating farming port delivery, and ensure quicker access to medical and essential services. My government will continue introducing measures, policies, and agreements to boost rural economic activity, support livelihoods, and enhance the quality of life for all Sierra Leoneans. Infrastructure development and technology. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, my government views infrastructure investment as essential public good, catalyzing inclusive, sustainable, and resilient economic growth. I'll start with energy infrastructure. Accessible, reliable, and affordable energy is critical for economic development. Recognizing this, we have reformed the energy sector and expanded the country's electricity infrastructure. Parliament's approval, we launched reached the agreement for nationwide generation projects, reintegrating renewable and thermal energy sources, tripling our generation capacity. We have strung over 500 kilometers of transmission lines, rehabilitated the distribution network in Western area and in Bo and Kenema, and added new tanks to the CLSG WAP transmission network. Solar mini grids in 45 towns now serve nearly 10,000 households. And 200 health facilities and libraries are powered by off-grid solar systems. The feasibility studies for the northern and the southern transmission corridors are complete, and further measures will be presented to this House.
All right, Fambulem, that's the employment, youth employment, the vision where President Bio may get, and also say things that we don't they do already. So Fambulem, where una yeri, so this now my question to una. It just remind me so much of the Nigerian president. People in the protest for against hardship, economic hardship in the country, where he gave speech, the thing then where he outline, you will just hear that speech day. You don't know what thing they go on now Nigeria. You go wonder, say, wait oh, with all the way this man say he don't do, we suppose for really they help the economy. Why people in the protest? So in a similar situation they happen here. President Bio paint a very colorful measure, talk about plenty things then. How even the provinces, the things that we don't do as incentive for like the people in the provinces, them better and all that. So the question now is, look what happened quite recently about the flooding, the number of people and where they live, now then terrible place them, where they risk their life. With plenty of them during the rebel war, where they come on upline, they not go again because of amenities. They know they upline, and here President Bio they sit down and saying they don't do so much at the rural area, where people them at the rural area, they better life better for them. So me fumble them. Let's take one call, and I go play the other part of the economy we talk about. This is not just the employment, and it's very clear from boku indications then the youth unemployment is still high. And President Biono go tell me say you get more youth them based on the population per capita, as they can say. The number of jobs, you divide them by the population, and then you get the per capita. And I go tell me say where it be take over power, that number they don't improve past how it be day where it take power. I go get for sure with the numbers. Because sadly enough, statistics alone not get employment numbers them. In that kind of fine way they way after we don't go and pull the numbers then they. Like yeah, I know say yes, yeah, advance. But we suppose for able get a survey, because yeah, self survey then can do. We not labor force survey then call them. We for able get them survey then they, because now part of key indicator we the policymakers therefore they look at and decide whose direction they want for go in terms of the policy, particularly for the Bank of Salone. Then get understanding through the unemployment rates, the actual unemployment rate. Not to them people them we say, oh, then get job or pay body out you didn't have you did for with one bra we they give change here and there and a money you don't left use you go down there not to employment. Down in a within we call drag. But the two employment, the total number of people that we really get job, we then go say that this not job. And then you look at the proportion of that against the population. You do the same method for where it be take office versus now. Then they for began better understanding as to whether or not it are able to provide jobs for the people, particularly the youth. Because we know say not to just youth no more, even the people way I would say adult. We papa them, we brothers them, we mama them, we aunties them, we na non-youth. Older people them, self they complain, say job no day. And if even the job day, now what we call underemployment. That job they not a job where some of them go school for, not a job where some of them go able for live a decent life. So what President Bio they paint a rosy picture. Let me take one call and then I go show now waiting Bassett and Michael say before I play the other one and then I go give una meal analysis. I tell you for mix them up, let una hear from other people them as well. And then I will just bring everything together and give them my own take. And I get a sort of warning for President Bio. Una stick around. If una want to give me warning, I shall say some of una go guess I'm already. But this, now from the bottom of my heart, as a Sierra Leonean, we are really want to voice that warning there and concern. Then we take a call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
Yeah, Mr. Kargbo, now James again.
Hello, brother James. Thank you so much for your call. And
my brother, one of the brothers talk about, let us not compare the failure or the misbehavior of APC, SFP, but that was not what I was doing. What I be just the memo or the letter where the credible institution wrote. It measures say this is the first time removal of a public servant have been invoked in Sierra Leone. So that make I bring examples. Unless we're gonna say things like that coming in will not bring examples, but I believe say we just go for bring examples. But let me go. I just clarify that to my brothers. I was not comparing APC, SLPP, but public servants have been they have been removed in the past, and even the government they don't respect time limit of public servants. I don't know why people are still in there. That's what's happening, but that's not important to me. Let's talk about the job figure or whatever unemployment we are talking about. I believe unemployment is high in Salone, and more especially when you talk about underemployment. That means you graduate or with you study, you don't work in the field, or they give you employment where no fit you status or whatever you study in school. That is a great concern. It has been and it continues to be. I don't think BO have addressed that. But Daniel, Mr. Kargbo, I will tell you, say, if you go in a salon, I believe, say, I don't know if you get time, we'll give for realists and decide our brothers and sisters, where they don't decide for leave in big towns, more especially Freetown, they directly destroy their lives because of nothing. And as the weather the weather in the past 5 years, the weather have been harsh with them. It have most like flooding and all that things. And it's not going to go backward. It's going to continue. I don't know if we can join hands together and sensitize our brothers and sisters. The war is over. Let's go back to our villages and try as best as we can for improve we life there. But living in Freetown, living in Bo, living in McKinney, that's not the solution. We might say anything about this government, but the government today, almost all the children have, they don't get electricity. And they get electricity more than 12 hours daily. That solar, I was in Freetown, it's about 4 months now out of time in Sierra Leone. But almost all the children head towns I go Kailan district, I can Kenima district, some children in Kenima district, I can Moyamba district, I go Kabbalah. Most of the children head towns I'm talking about, they have electricity. And the electricity is about 12 hours. So at least there's expansion. The necessities we will be talking about is happening. It might not be happening the last scale or all the experts. Okay. But coming down to Freetown and those big provincial head towns, who they live life or sorry, I don't want to go above the time.
Yeah,
okay,
you make a great point. But the small thing where I want to say, you're absolutely right about the press release, and that's make a bit for qualifier we then say first ever removal of public official. I make that clarification there. But this will be the first ever removal of a public official we constitutionally guaranteed a tenure. The reason make us say constitutionally, the
bank governor. Okay. Sorry, sir.
No, the bank governor it come from the Bank Act when a parliamentary. So then they not to enshrined in the constitution. So now I make that distinction there. That bank.
What are our CJs and our vice president?
Well, again,
our CJs.
Again, that's like how I be say the Supreme Court interpretation. Where the Supreme Court don't interpret them, so we get for live with them because constitutionally, now that's not the rule. So they interpret a portion, a clause within the Constitution. So they interpret them that way and not just say now out of the blue, but they interpret them and not a constitutional right for interpret within the Constitution say. And they interpret them that way they say yes, plenty of will not be happy with it. We believe say the interpretation, a border around politics, but however, do not go beyond the constitutional mandate because there is a clause there saying if for be vice president, you for be a member of a registered party, right?
A party.
Yes, a registered political party.
Right.
So what in APC do, they remove them first. So meaning that at that time when they remove them, and not be a member of a registered political party. So, but again, the ECOWAS court now saying that for be applicable before the election, but not to after the election. After the election, it's a done deal. Say they elect them both as a team for 5 years. But Supreme Court interpret them differently. So it's different in this case because that way you not go say now unconstitutionally they remove the vice president. I hope you
no, Mr. Kargbo, I'm not talking about unconstitutionally or
no. I just.
I just want to say something, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
When the letter said this is the first time a public officer have been removed, yes. That is the thing. It don't say constitutionally or unconstitutionally.
No, that's absolutely true.
I still challenge that particular thing. I don't know which kind of institutional memory. How about the CJs? the Chief Justice, when Anis Balkoma came, he removed and bring our, you can remember my name, sir, Jallo.
Yeah. Well,
Obu Jallo, and all these people have been removed from constitutional.
But James, 100%, you correct. 100%. Again, I make a try for for sort of interpret this writing, because this writing, yes, for say first ever removal of a public official, that's incorrect. I agree with you 100%, and I make one be the reader, I make it clear. But the point what they make now is, let me go a little bit further than that and look at.
No, to be honest, you totally are they against the removal of the Auditor General. The only thing, the way this letter, it brings us suspicion, because institution like that or that credibility for put something like that and they don't have facts about it, it brings on dent into their credibility. Who giving them information which is not right? Because you write that kind of thing and they like white, you should be sure of it.
Okay. Well, again,
against their credibility to me also, I don't know if people can look at it that way, but to me also, because a very high credible institution landed, who in a hot watchdog, all the audits internationally, and you're putting something like that can be challenged by people. I know somebody is giving them something that is really not credible or misinforming them.
Okay. Well, points taken. Thank you so much, brother. And again, me just bring and come out here and talk about the international weight of this particular organization, and with respect to the audit service institutions. So again, I know they speak for them, me not a spokesperson, but tendency they say the reference with the entire for Guinea now a border around the Auditor General. We're not the first ever time this.
They should have just said this is the first time Auditor General have been.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Removed.
Again, but thank
that
you.
That should have been better, and you limit yourself.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. And the caveat here is we not go still taken lightly that an international organization.
It's bad. The watchdog, even like Honorable Param, they were celebrating like an hero. All those things are bad. Not a good indication for our country. I hope people, all of us, take note of those things whenever we want the opportunity to those the two parties.
Yeah,
I believe those two parties. I hope Honorable Tawan, who everybody knows. Everybody believes he knew about human employment and at least. But anyway.
Yeah, thank you very much,
the country we have.
Brother James. Let me take two more calls then. The calls then they come. So let me go to WhatsApp. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who said they call from, please? WhatsApp, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kargbo, thank you so much. I call from Virginia. And like Maada Bio in speech where he in a parliament, some of them will lead that out so they can take advantage against we understand. You understand what I mean by that? Maada Bio, say light is very, very important as how we talk. So fine one. Anybody who watch listen the speech will say a good speech. Well, not a good speech now one day, because let we come back again. During the previous government, people they would believe the big and free tongue. They talk say, well, believe big so say that the colwater. People them be the all them freezer because the freezer be so blocked with ice. You understand? The light be there. No, we remember light be there. What Maada Bio campaign say, he say the light not sustainable. They say follow get light. No, not to forget the ship now at the sea. They say not sustainable light now one day. So if you know the problem, why not we don't try to fix this problem? If we fix just the light. So now the government they can get for light again. As how we be campaign. Light no day like how my brother does the calls. They say light bill. Light no day. That's how the call. So light no day. People they pay for light bill. And in fact, it's so expensive, sir. It's so much expensive people not get the money. Then in the type of talks, people they come on offline and kind of free tongue. In America, it is so. Everybody want better in life. If people come on at the province and kind of the city, that's right. The government will make a provision for people and let them exist inside. Not don't say for the be offline. Instead of come out go live in a village. It's like no day. Remember we bring cry for mosquito. I mean, it's bad. Everybody wants to change their life. Everybody wants a better for you. And that make them form government. Government for change the people and their life. So they expect the government will make a lot of facility then at the city, and or if you don't make it at the city, make it at the provinces them. If you like the at the city, employment there at the city, let's say Minister of Education, let's build an office at the provinces. It did it. So everybody go for go there and for go work. We'll get bubon and that. So see people and go for go there. We'll get some other industrial business in the provinces then. People they go there. The government for make sure say all their village then they for open some facility there. Let them do it. Like them can say all over the any district will get one factory. It not happen. Understand? The employment will the talk now this way how they talk so. I don't want to go square the kid so now you not go get job so it is some 50% they not get job. Then they talk about say they don't create facility. No, it just creates a job for young position them. You know, hello? You don't go give position them. You go give position.
Yeah,
you go give position just to influence and just to people, which is bad. Make it be very evil for everybody. You want to Sierra Leone and them. Everybody get right for live in that country. Inside one live and create a job for a person. Inside one okay, get right for okay. You know, talk no more say they in a village, Let come on at the city. No, you know, talk to and make a call so for. Let me tell you, you go in a canal inside the na your village. You not go do that one day. At least if you under light the day, everything the day, you go for go day. But if you don't make the facility, how people go to the side they for go live there? All man go and carry the city and for developing like that mean good from government. Not for can give job to people and no more say they don't give job, they don't create job them or like they like no day, people there and like no day. Let them make something for will sustainable. Now we could pray go for this money where they come. Let go make the money come and we will get to fix light or fix water. That's in our end of government can now say that don't forget about light. That the whole world now we the struggle. Oh come on, also gonna be done, gonna create like day. So let us stop that one day. So this picture has to be fine for you, but not to the exact thing that they do. You know, start me. I don't know the time because I listen now. I drive the drive. If you tell me
Yes,
stop my brother.
yeah, the time done now.
Thank you so much, and all it's my time. We'll get for respect time and everything.
Yeah, please, as always, drive carefully, please.
I will.
Okay, now we take two more calls. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side you call from, please.
Good evening again, Mr. Kargbo. This is not Brother Mans.
Hello, Brother Mans. Thank you so much. And go ahead, please. By the way, though, Mr. Brother James, clarify.
Yes. And that now my first point so I'll make. And also,
Okay.
I'll just want for two in line who say it talks the examples the way they set now them bad. And I want for
Yes.
applaud them for that. You know, I want for applaud them to that for that. You know, but make I just make a contribution quick concerning the into. I mean, you see, in accounting and auditing, where I believe, I don't know if I should say other discipline itself gets them, because in the healthcare, medical, they all get them governing bodies, then the regulatory bodies, then once you become a member of the ACCA, you are bound by their rules and conduct. So, for example, if you're a finance manager or you're an accountant on site, then you involve in some, misappropriation of funds. You thief, put simply. If you thief, the employer get the right for lay you complain to ACCA and say, hey, Brother Man, so be the work here, so as an accountant, we know seen a member of an association, it thief 1 million loans. Look the evidence them. We don't cry and go court, or the board don't look into the matter, they're found guilty. So one for informal. ACCA gets a responsibility for look into not complaining properly, and if they if they're able to prove from their own viewpoint, they're able to prove say yes, but a man's commit this crime, guess what's in the happen? They take them paper from you, because them paper then did like a license. Now we get. Now, license you get. Now, I make every year with a pay subscription where like you renew the license. And one thing the way Lara put by in letter where I be feel say that was a good challenge for make we governments pick up. Now, when he say, me a member of the association there, una go let me complain, una carry this case good, una tell you what you do. If now bad I do, according to which una they say, then they take all the paper in my hand. We're very fair enough, but we not do that. But for we president, the Guna parliament, and say now we audit service don't get more respect. Able, fear to the people of Salon. It's like, it's like it provoke the people. Now so missiam. Because for you very well aware, say what you they talk, it completely different from what they exist in reality. And yet still you went ahead and make them comments and I feel say na mockery you the make of the people. But guess what? You are the president. Now mockery the way they make to the people them, they go back to you. Beautiful speech. And when it comes to the economy and all the rest of it, but one for us we say how it talk na so it be? No, not to say it be. Light still a problem because every time if you call 7 times a week, they must tell you, say 4 times will not get lights. We get so many other issues them way maybe feel certain and if it don't be priority for any government where they come. If it don't be priority, I'm so disappointed not giving the figures them in terms of the job creation. Because the promise here is within the manifesto is 500,000 jobs. So at the end of year 1, proportionately, we don't get a report saying that we don't do about 100,000 or more. So which means you're in line with budget. But unfortunately, it skillfully skip that. When that make most of we can be very critical because waiting that they see, it completely and it always different from waiting they been at the ground. We're not good for we. Me, not in a them village and township, they need to talk about the solar energy and lights and all the rest of it. But I remember I said they talked to a friend from Lunge where they complain, say lights not there. And if the outside the airports then they get issue with that with lights. So you had to make a believe say other places them they enjoy this light. But until we get leaders in, we're really honest and we're ready for put a stop to now make it go round. To now ringa roses in terms of bad things. They're not so good things, them bad things. Them Salon will always be and will struggle for make the progress and get the development to people they ask for. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Brother Mans. And that's a very important point where you talk about the numbers then. Because just like I say, the numbers then therefore give we a better understanding as to whether or not we don't see improvement. But without numbers, you just tell we, and we not get no other side for very firm. That by itself, not even transparency. And that's the happen self at the audit service. You put somebody there where you can tell waiting for do, where constitutionally not supposed to be the case, and then you want for praise, so things that don't better now and stuff. So for like you, they say things them and nobody know there for hold you accountable. That's not to democracy. That's not to something where we aspire for let it happen at the country at all. Fumble them, time done the bit between. So let me play, because I will say I go read waiting Basita right. But let I play the economy part, and then I go read for una Basita in comment, and then I go put me on little day before we close. Yeah. So let we go to the economy. We along a little bit because it talk plenty thing, but I'm not gonna go extensively into what he say. I will just cite things then on my way on self go do on my own conclusion, because I believe I don't talk about several of them things here already, but this not just for a reminder as a refresher. Let una go get exactly within the gone. So una stay tuned, and I will come right back after that.
Reviewing the civil service code, regulations and rules, and developing a competence framework to guide recruitment, professionalism, and performance management. Regular audits maintain the accuracy and integrity of public sector payroll. Cross-cutting areas. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, moving on from key achievements in our Big 5 game changers, I will now brief the House on significant cross-cutting areas, starting with the economy. building a resilient and diversified economy. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, our prudent economic policies and public financial management reforms over the past years have stabilized the economy and ensured sustainable recovery from conflict shocks. Our economy is now larger than in 2018, and we are on track for a 4% growth rate in 2020. And that growth is driven by increased productivity in agriculture, mining, local manufacturing, and services. Economic diversification is integral to our sustainable development strategy. Through import substitution and light manufacturing, we have increased agriculture and fisheries contribution to GDP from 3 to 14%, creating more jobs. Sierra Leone is now a net exporter of vegetable oil to the VOS market and produces a variety and we also produce a variety of local products, including soap, cement, soft drinks, fruit juices, confectionaries, beer, iron rod, roofing sheets, seasoning cubes, tomato paste, onions, sardines, and road products. In the fishing sector, we have exceeded revenue targets, curbed illegal fishing, protected fish stocks, and improved export certification. We will develop commercial aquaculture systems, increase fish production, and create more jobs for women and youth in rural areas. The fish harbour investment is critical for our economy, generating billions of loans and stimulating related investments. We assure responsible ecosystem monitoring and evaluation. Our medium-term plans include making the harbour a center of excellence for marine education and duty-free trade zone for exporters and importers. The mining sector. Adhering to international environmental, social, and governance best practices, local mining companies now benefit from significant payments. Local mining communities now benefit from significant payments, including surface rent and community development payments. Over the coming years, we will enhance revenue generation, review legislative instruments, support artisanal and small-scale mining, protect mining affected communities, employ advanced technology to combat illegal mining, and boost women's participation in the sector. Domestic revenue mobilization. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Our medium-term revenue mobilization strategy is improving domestic revenue collection, exceeding targets in 2023 and the first half of 2024. Prudent expenditure management has reduced the budget deficit. We maintain fiscally responsible and sustainable debt levels. Inflation declined from 55% in October last year to 32% in June 2024. Optimism and hope for the future among our citizens and stakeholders. The Leone has stabilized and appreciated against major currencies. We have increased storage capacity for strategic petroleum stocks and reduced fuel costs, easing the transportation and economic burden in Sierra Leone. These efforts demonstrate our commitment to building a resilient and prosperous economy. Mobilization of external resources. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in a world where smaller nations grapple with limited resources, creatively mobilizing, funding, and forging supportive partnerships is paramount. Crafting visionary plans is one thing, but without resources, they remain words on paper. Strategic funding mobilization is a cornerstone of our commitment to sustainable development and economic growth. Our recent achievement in securing external resources highlight this commitment. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, our prudent economic policies have restored donor and investor confidence, leading to substantial support from the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. In November 2023, we successfully concluded our previous IMF program, meeting all benchmarks and securing over 200 million United States dollars. And that is essential for delivering services and mitigating external shocks. Building on this success, the IMF has green-light negotiations for 2 new programs: the Extended Credit Facility and the Resilience and Sustainability Trust. These initiatives will provide approximately 500 million United States dollars to support economic stabilization and combat climate change, fostering a resilient economy. We have met the fiscal and monetary targets required to continue these negotiations, with final approval anticipated in October. So you have to keep praying. Furthermore, over the past 3 years, we completed 3 budget support operations with the World Bank, resulting in 265 million United States dollars in direct budget support. We are currently negotiating additional operations that will bring 65 million United States dollars in direct budgetary support for the 2024 fiscal year. Mr. Speaker, honorable members.
Hello again, Fambulem. I know say President Biodon Lego Boku Tinem Pauna. Wow. Olati can step by step, Fambulem. Lago force to the side where it talk about the currency, saloon currency, don't, in fact, it say don't even appreciate, meaning it don't strong, it's stronger, this BNTM, past major currency system. So let we bring forth within one journalist, Winner Thomas J. Dixon, within a say. So the first one, but we'll not play them, it talk about the president say it don't employ 5,000 nurses them. Dixon say, but when you look at the ratio of medical workers to the patient, according to the World Bank, say 2 out of every 10,000. So meaning 2 nurses out of every, for 2 nurses for 10,000 patients. So Dixon said, chai. But the side way he really try for bring, he said Bio says the Leone, he met 6 Leone to $1 has appreciated against major currencies. But a dollar to Leone is still at 23 Leone, maybe I believe in at the new Leone, while to a euro is 24 Leone. It's a chai. And then he asked the question, how the Leone appreciate? So I get simple something na Yahweh I want for show now, me fumble them, where according to President Bio, it said the dollar don't appreciate. I mean the Leones don't appreciate. And it therefore sort of talk about as a result of that appreciation day, then we see say things them done slightly cheaper. But let us show now 2 things. And this again, I go just show una for like una self be the judge. And this thing where they show una, President Bio again speech the 6th. And this thing where they show una, when the Petroleum Regulatory Agency na Salon, then press release, say revised, I should say a little bit blurry because na image, but I go try for read and for now. Press release, 5th August 2024, revised petroleum pump prices for August 2024. It say the July month end petroleum data is overall a mixed bag for the refined product since the start and middle of the month when oil prices were in and out of range until the last trading week. The prices of petroleum product recorded increases in the global market higher than the June average because of rising demand in the summer period. That's fine. Summer people and they drive past mark and then they push the demand up and subsequently it will put the price. But now the last part I want for read for una, me fumble them. June versus July data. Not to the table I want for concentrate too much on. Now waiting the right. The Leone also registered slight losses to the US during July by 0.43% to 23.38 against the June winner 23.28. There was an under recovery of 0.36 for petrol, which has been adjusted by the price correction levy accordingly. So now then give the price. So wetin now they get at fumble them. If really President Bio has a say, the price, the Leone don't appreciate. As he say, the Leone don't appreciate. Me fumble them, given that dynamics day of Leone's don't appreciate. And this release, now one day before President Bio making speech. So, whose data President Bio they look, fumble them. And this data where President Bio they look, now that data they use for adjust the petrol price. And this na public notice. So una judge for una self. The petroleum press release, we then take into account the Leone's, and they make it clear. Now that press release they will then release on the 5th of August. It reflect a weaker Leone's. But President Bio come and say the Leone's don't strengthen. They don't appreciate. Again, not to me for say, Mr. Abdul Karim say the president give misleading information and stuff like this. So, but apparently, President Bio not tell we the period, because the last time we had checked, in fact, to this press release, the Leone's go down. It depreciate slightly. Not hugely, but it depreciate slightly the last time we had checked. As of end of day today. So, but because of now the 6th, it make a remarks. So, I just want to know whose data President Bio they look. So me fumble them. This now some of the things them way we always can they say. President Bio, for whatever reason, it just can't stop for empathize with the people. For una they follow American politics, the inflation na America, it don't they go down. And in fact, now the Fed, they feel comfortable, even though plenty economists then say then go too late for begin cut interest rate. But now what they go do, then go cut them big time, like what we call basis point. From maybe we be expect say then go begin cut by 25 basis point. Now highly likely then go begin by 50 basis point, because the US economy don't weak. And that's now some of the effect, as I don't make them clear, but kutem na ya, saying when you affect inflation, the most common instrument or thing where you do now for put interest rate up. But when they put interest rate up, you they discourage people them for go trust money, including the business people them, because the interest rate high. For go trust money, and for ordinary people them, then go trust money and then spend, and then they stimulate the economy. But deliberately, when you put them up, you they reduce what we call economic activities. Now deliberate something for slow the economy down, because when you slow the economy down, that side more way easy for adjust, where now the demand side inflation go adjust very quickly. So now the main target that way the Federal Reserve or the central banks then they do. So for like the economy slow, that means inflation they in a situation outside in one term. And then now within the bracket, because then get a range where now between 1 to 3%. So any in between that range there, the Federal Reserve can make adjustment. When I go back to me inflation program where I talk extensively about inflation. So now President Bio, they say all this, and then he say, oh, they expect the economy for go around 4% and stuff. Fambulem is say another thing, but let us begin first with the economy. So where now the Bank of Salon don't they increase interest rate for fight inflation. So even though President Bio talk where me not get the data, say now Salon na net exporter of boku products produce them. I don't get the data to that. But let's show now where you they export more than how you they import, you they get what you call trade balance surplus. But if you they import more than how you they export, now trade balance deficit. So meaning you they short by your balance of trade. Let us show now that graph there, as recent as it is. Let una tell me who say that graph show say Salon now they export a lot more given this particular graph. Fambulem, the last time Salon gets a trade balance, surplus balance, now October 2019, and we get a balance of trade for $15.26 million, which is great. As a matter of fact, when you look back, before President Bio take power, you see the blue line them very small, like dot. So very minor, or very small, minute. But me fambulem, the beige bars them, that's the show we say we they import more than how we they export. So when I look throughout to the last data point we at the show una, it not show any resemblance of saying self that don't they reduce significantly. We still they highly into the negative territory. So for President Bio, they talk about trade balance, how we get we don't they do well, and talk about fiscal responsibility. I paraphrase now, yeah. But if I read this, they show la read and for Sierra Leone recorded a trade deficit of $47.89 million in March of 2024. This is a few months ago, Fambulem. As of March 2024, we trade deficit almost $48 million. Salon short. So for me, President Bio take power, the only time where we get a surplus, now about 15.3 round them up, $15.3 million. So, but clearly the deficits the way we don't put, where we don't display, it don't show clearly say that money we don't go way beyond that money there. So now we're then at the negative territory. So now see why as deliberately say President Bio remind me so much of Donald Trump, because now Donald Trump in playbook then they wire. Donald Trump go deliberately, and some people go question the mental capacity as to why it did do it repeatedly with confidence. And President Bio, they do the same thing. Almost every time, if not all the time, where it give speech, the thing and where it say we misleading them more than the truth where it can say by speech. And it continuously they do that. So this is talk about boku products them where we the export now. Salon, and it said net. When I go back and listen, it said net exporter of them produce here. So meaning that the way where it say them so, we for they get smaller deficit as of this time. If at all, not a surplus, but the deficit for be smaller. But I put them back, Fambulem. The tell President Bio be just take power. When I look at the bar and look at that time where we get surplus, you see it be small, the deficit. But after that, it's so big. And the last data point, when in March of 2024, look what a jump the deficit compared to the previous months. So now let we go. I don't show now this one before, but I just want for remind on our back for making clear saying, look at the economy. A very clear say where President Bio take power, the economy be they grow faster than within a day per now. And you want to talk about COVID and stuff, but look at the time of that Ebola. Salon be decline the highest in recent history. But yet, immediately after that, we see about 6% growth. But look at what's in the happen now. 2020, let we say because of COVID, yes, rightfully so. The economy, a contract, small. You see the beige line or the yellow line, depending upon how you see the color. 2020 go down small and all reach that we'll see for 2014 or 2015. So 2015, we see huge decline before we see that jump in 2016 of over 6% increase in GDP. So with a combination of the interest rate going up and world economies, they slow down. I don't know whose side President Bio get a economics from. Waiting for drive Salon economic growth for be faster than what they see now. Again, in just the numbers them, you need to show yourself or go look for the numbers then they. But it not add up at all. Because deliberately for fight inflation, the Bank of Salon, they engage in what we call restrictive policy for restrict the growth of the economy because you want to fight inflation. So now I make them say restrictive policy. So if the bank engage in restrictive policy or contractionary policies for weakening the economy so inflation will calm down, so Usai President Bill pull this, say the economy will grow about 4% or more. I not get that. With the global economy, they slow down because now then people and they get for buy with iron ore and with mineral resources, they slow down. And then the people and within the country where for trust money and go start new business or expand them business and stuff, they're not able to do that because the interest rates don't go up. We now deliberate something for tackle inflation, for discourage people and for go trust money and expanding businesses because then they go be part of more inflation will go up. So the other thing where I be shown at the other time in terms of saying, oh, then prudent. He used a repeatedly prudent economic policy. One thing where President Bill not do or not say, and I don't think he gets any intention for do that, for cut spending. So how you go get a prudent economic management where you continue for the create unnecessary jobs for satisfy your supporters them or your cronies? And they say deliberately unnecessary jobs because then jobs like recently where he make deputy ambassadors and all them positions then they where Salone get for begin pay them people and they in forex, and we get for also pay for the family because again are diplomats them, so we get for take care of their families. Now Salone get for pay that. And the one they will get picking, where they picking and get for go school and stuff like that, we get for take care of them as well. A part of the deal. And all that are foreign money when the United States dollar. So all that they put pressure on with foreign reserve. Remember, Salone they print dollar. Now things that we get for sell, forget foreign exchange. Or where people and they come, like tourists them and stuff, come without foreign exchange day. Or where people and they go do business, then go without foreign exchange day. But if the business environment not conducive, that's another thing. If the tourists them, given the current political tension of the country, they go that like when they see many tourists, then they go to the country, and then I just don't show now the export versus the import, meaning that with the import we continue for import more things them than with the export. So meaning that we they use more foreign exchange than waiting we they get from where we sell with things that we produce now alone. And you add on top of that, President Bio in fly. Not only Leone'S they use now foreign countries the way they visit. Now dollar, foreign money. Outside they pull that foreign money they now the bank reserve. So we put all that thing in it together. How President Bio go explain a disciplinary economic policy? How? It not add up to me. So let us show Una. President Bio, they talk about discipline. Because discipline are how you tighten your belt, you koja or oja. Now how you tighten your oja. Una forgive me if I mispronounce them. But I believe in a oja. How you tighten your oja go determine. Let we see. It talk about, the debt. Yes, the debt, as soon as see, it go down small in 2023. But compared to the time where it be take office, because when you say you discipline, when you say you conservative, you get for compare, say, before I take power to now, things that don't improve. I don't tighten the belt enough that the country not going to more debt. The answer is no. Under President Bio, in recent history, Salone don't see the highest debt to GDP ratio. So how that one in a discipline? Let us show now the budget deficit will cause for let we they see Salone they go into more debt from Bulem. So waiting at this budget deficit, it means say how much revenue they come versus how much you they spend. Then at the budget deficit. So it go be deficit if you they spend more than the revenue you get. So meaning you short change. So now deficit that one day. But if you they spend less than the revenue you they get, then call them budget surplus. So the arrow now see now where President Bio take power in 2018. So up until 2023, Salone continuously don't see budget deficit. Even smaller. I show una the 90s, like during the 1999, that war and stuff. And people always say, oh well, Kaba, everything be done erase, Salone not be get no debt. This they show say not to be true. But however, under Kaba, because of Boku debt forgiveness and stuff, we be get the smallest deficit period. That's now the second term of Kaba, not to the first term, because the first term, because of the war and all Lentin and they mix up so you go give them a benefit of the doubt. But look at Anescoma. But they spend more than waiting the country they bring, even where the country they grow at 20%. So let President Bio not continue for they do this. And the other thing where as Sierra Leone and somebody where na me feel, and you get na the audience, boku people le be dede, we know a whole lot about how economy they work. But guess what? Unfortunately, President Bio still now see that as a deterrent for continue for the mislead the audience and the Salone people by saying it prudent. So me family another thing where he say and where people then clap for him. Now the inflation. Una tell me something, ba. How under your regime, you be so reckless and they do all kind of things where people and they say economically viable, and then you run the inflation to 54.6% almost. When are the highest in recent history. I go say since we start for practice modern democracy. The highest. Una remember, I remind una of the time where Salone began Ebola, where the economy be halt, like no economic activity not be they gone at all. Nothing at all. The economy not be this bad. And the sad part of this is, because normally you go say, well, inflation, I be don't give una the types of inflation and the thing that way they cause inflation. Say one of the things that way they cause inflation, now where the economy they grow so fast. So plenty people then get job and they spend. So because of them get job and money, so the goods them, they take time for let them produce the goods them for catch up with the demand. So where then they happen, then you go see upward pressure on inflation. But fumble them, we don't see that economic boom as Salone, where you go say, oh, because of the economy be the boom. No. So this, yes, the external factors, but you get a lot more of the recklessness, the reckless spending of this administration. And I'll be shown now, say government spending, they put inflation up, they push inflation up, and especially the reckless one. Because yes, government spending fine for stimulate the economy, but for temporary. But for President Bio, since he came to power, instead they give people a bad talk. So when you don't rack up the inflation under your regime, not to say you can, inflation be there this high, and now you don't work so hard, you don't put policies there in place, and they go down now. Than they for warrant somebody for patching at the back. But not a way you don't engage in reckless spending. And now because of the overall economy, they slow down further inflation. And again, I be used that word, say, what you make with the see so now, because if it don't go up so much, and inflation, now where you are being shown at the math, where you compare month over month, now they show now. So, but if you compare, like this time where we get now 54% inflation, when I be October, if you compare again the same period, but we get what we call seasonally adjusted, you make some adjustment, you go see say inflation not even improve it. That's so long. I be even give you an example. The June, where we compare to June, the June 2024, we compare to June of 2023, inflation they around 31%, roughly 32%. But when you compare June of 2024 to June of 2022, the same June of the other year, of 2022, inflation, they close to over 90%, as a matter of fact. And I be shown some mathematical and see the actual price continue to go up. So let President Bio not take a victory lap. We go give victory if inflation, at least you bring and come back, usa you be meet am before you left, or even bring on lower than that. Because otherwise, Liberia, they be supposed for them for be retain George Weah. Because under George Weah, Liberia inflation be in recent history the highest under George Weah. But before it left, it be go the last time I check about 12% or so, double digit. Before it left, it bring come to single digit. But guess what? As long as inflation not be negative, it just they add by the prices. Prices then go continue for go up. It just happen almost say then go up at a slower pace. But not to say prices then go come down. The Liberian people then realize that. So not talk like say price then go calm down and stuff like that. They talk about inflation. I talk about the United States. The inflation they turn down, but guess what? Prices they're still high relative to before Biden take power. Harris is cleverly, he make it clear. I think it was yesterday where they watch the rally. He said yes, prices are high. He admits that. And then he try for talk about how for tackle them. They don't lie by the American people. Probably because you get more Americans the way they follow. We know the numbers then. Versus Sierra Leone, you feel say, but who people they follow, so they don't even understand the numbers. You just they throw whatever analysis at them. and feels it for accept. So here is waiting Basita Michael Wright. I will kind of do in a speedy way. According to Basita Michael, he said the president's speech at the state opening of Parliament paints a rosy picture of our nation's progress. We are told that the government is implementing, he put them in quote, prudent economic policies. But for the vast majority of citizens, they are yet to reap the fruit, as the reality of many Sierra Leoneans include the fact that they are grappling with high cost of living, unemployment, and lack of access to basic amenities and services. This reality did not come out in the speech. 100% I agree with that. So, President Bill, this is me warning to you. Do I beg, in the interest of the country, not push Salone to that status side Nigeria day, that status side Kenya day, where you go force the people for Comonado nationwide and protest. Because we see the Kenya people and die, the Nigeria people and die. We don't want that. So it better, before people really you push them against the wall, it's nice for you be realistic to them. Tell them what they do for combat the hardship. Not lie per people not mislead people and paint a rosy picture and feel say you speech so good. It reach a point, it not be even certain parts then they itself like not believe. Where he stumble. Because it's like not to the reality at all. So whoever writes the speech, if they come through like say the person gonna chat GPT, and they go kind of make some prompt and come up with a speech and game, where it is far from the reality where they happen at Salone. If they talk about Yabas who they export now, net exporter of Yabas, next a net exporter of this. Simple question where somebody given at the town hall. Say pepper where they produce now the country. Very expensive. And probably pepper where then go import from Guinea. Go be Gary where na Salone they make am. Very expensive. And now I don't know how to be. Some people say at one point it be even expensive past yes. Where we the import. So all that thing in the you be campaign on the bread and butter issue. Now it make people say Tolombo no go sit down at Salone because angry boku. You don't address any of that. You don't give people the comfort. You don't empathize with them. Instead, you continue for say, oh, you don't do so many things them. And just paint that rosy and falsehood. And then you call yourself the papa of the country, of the nation, with deliberately every opportunity you get. Instead of you look to waiting happen at Kenya, to waiting happen at Nigeria. Now the same approach then take in a walk. And you know go walk na Salone a matter of time. And this not the warning to you. Not to propaganda, not to threat, not to because I don't like the country, but not the reality. The same way as Nigeria be the underestimate. Waiting and talk about the oil subsidy, we then take away. Oh, this will be very good for the country because the people that will be they use them, and the rich people the poor people are not going to benefit. So the money will they save now from that subsidy they will be they give or go divert them for create jobs, for help with the health sector. Fanciful. Where he be take office, the Nigerian president, last show now, outside the currency be day. We take office in May. Yes, the election of February, but they take office in May. The naira to a dollar be they below 500. Where it be take office. Now, over 3 times of that in less than 2 years. Over 3 times of that. The dollar don't depreciate. I mean, the naira don't depreciate against the dollar. Big time. Over 3 times where it be taken. And then look what happened, the inflation. Even though the inflation, now Nigeria no go up reach Salon, but look at how it point. It take power in May, where inflation be about 22%. They like today, it don't pass 30% in less than 2 years. Slightly over 1 year. About 15 months. And with all this will be they happen. Anytime Tinubu give a speech, it paint rosy picture until the people then say enough is enough. We don't tire with this hardship and come on at it. And now, what they do is say for let people then talk. So all along, Tinubu get over 40 ministers there. Huge cabinet, similar approach, reckless spending. Will help for push inflation go up. Look the line. Look the bars them. Like continuously. They trend up. And even the time where oil price be go up, where you for expect them for get more revenue and soften the impact on people them. But what thing they do? A day busy for give people in position where help them for the another position day. It's not supposed to be so. If it be a situation whereby you expand the pie, so everybody will get a slice of it. But you don't go shrink the pie and then you begin cherry pick. And I'll give another reference point, President Bio. This is another point I want to make. So if you listen, let you take note. Waiting they happen at Bangladesh, or waiting happen at Bangladesh, where a similar situation where they go na salon, the issues them, the key issues them we make, but sadly enough, they dictators here, authoritarian leaders here, na cowards them. That woman day, what it happen? It make tough. And as he always done they do, for push insecurity people them against the masses. But this time around, yes, after we boku hundreds of people they don't die. But the security people then say, no, we're not going to continue for shoot at the crowd. What I don't pass guy. For lead them to that position, they do waiting boku people in Africa, boku leaders in Africa they do. Election integrity no be there, the legitimacy of the elections, the rig elections, it is suppress people them. Nobody no get a voice. Where you talk, it accuse you of something. And the economist will win a Nobel Prize, where the students they will protest, say na in they want for lead the interim government. We na economist and that microfinancing. Now that you win a prize for a Nobel Prize for. They establish Bangladesh, and beaucoup people can benefit from the microfinancing day with no little or no interest, just for the people that we not traditionally go qualify for going to bank and get loan, and make them in a way that then go able to get loan through that scheme day. And waiting this woman do in Bangladesh, this one we don't on our way, so the prime minister, waiting he do, he accuse that man falsely of corruption, put her under arrest. Until recently, we, because of health issues, he go for treatment in France. And a day come out so we don't can take over power for stabilize the situation of the country. So now something we not temporary measure. In terms of human rights violations, some people then just they disappear and engage in extrajudicial killings, torture people them. This na woman oh, where some of una they say, oh Salon, we need woman president or something. No. Left to the person integrity. Yes, it gets very rough history because of in Papa now be the person, the leader will push Bangladesh to independence. We then gain independence from Pakistan. So few years after that, we then gain independence, they assassinate them, military take over. I can understand, say it gets that. But for like in do waiting if they oppose the military of. And now Boku people and die. And waiting they do cowardly. And face the people them all. Cowardly, they run away. Go India. So this now mostly for the supporters of, in this case, SLPP. I want to say APC, SLPP, but SLPP in power. Just like how Anesco do. The people in way, let we take them say, based on the judgment, engage in coup. Feel say, now for satisfy Anesco or for reinstate APC in an unconstitutional manner. Now then they in a jail. Anesco they accuse them, but to say they today, they sleep fine in Nigeria. And the same way President Bio get for Trituna. It's just unfortunate that we country will go backwards. So President Bio, today we get nationwide protest. Where that protest day is so severe that he end up for run away. Guess what? He fumble them. And the best that he can do, he go run away with his family. So now when they do something, we need for stand up and say no, not to the right approach this. Now the same way as Kenya, Nigeria be getting wrong, where they be take the people and for granted. Now the same way President Bill, they take Salon people and for granted. So my warning to you is, please copy from Kenya, from Nigeria, and from Bangladesh. And Bangladesh, way more populated than Sierra Leone. The population, the last time I checked, about 170 million people in Bangladesh. So, but where the people say enough is enough. The last time when I watched the news, over 400 people died. But yet people say, no, this woman for go. They're suffering on too much. And as a matter of fact, this thing where President Bio they brag of, oh, IMF. Now where COVID came, because as a matter of fact, Bangladesh, some of una we know, Boku tin them they make them from Bangladesh, Boku close and then tin and day. So manufacturing be the boom at Bangladesh. But when COVID came, we all know say tin and stand still. And they hit the Bangladesh's economy very hard. And then it turned to IMF for rescue. IMF carry the conditions. And their conditions then create this thing where people then talk about economic hardship. Where then have the final straw. Similar to Nigeria, that subsidy are part of IMF conditionality. But they're not going to say that because they know say them policies then they're not popular. And Bio, they brag and they say let people and pray for let IMF give we more money in October. But waiting not tell people them now trust and then money then they get for come with conditions. And then conditions then the President Bio this now warning. Get for push people them against the wall. We then go fight back. Not to say you they ask for them money for utilize them properly. No. All the money they would don't give you will cause for like the debt to GDP go up significantly. How much of improvement now the lives of average people? Not so much, like how Madam Basita Michael write. Not so much. The people are not able to see them. Now you cabal, then go up and down, buy expensive things them, enjoy the country money, they put the country into debt, where the next president get for grapple with that debt day. And then they get for reflect on the economic growth of the country. So meaning that they even subchange the future growth of that country day. Because the more debt they take, the more salon get for pay waiting and call servicing fee. Money we will get for the pay per interest. So the more debt, the higher the servicing cost. And then they reduce the money we get for left for engaging in programs. So they even tap onto the future prosperity of the country. They stifle them prosperity by taking so much debt and not able to utilize them well for let the country go before. Now, about 6 years, not about safe. Over 6 years they do so. So like how people can say, Turkey no get way small, but na way big. It will get way. I don't forget how that parable they go. So 6 years, do all the transformation here. 6 years. So you feel say people have for clap now, and I'm not saying a party thing, but it's sad. If na be them place here na boo, they boo you, even you party members them, because you don't fail woefully the nation in terms of economic growth. So Fambulem, this I go tap here, Lano go too, Lano make the video too long. But me final advice is President Bio, now wait stay Salon be another Kenya or Nigeria, or father forbid it's Bangladesh. Try for act now. Stop for the mislead people them. Stop for the give people them misinformation. Where they paint a rosy picture of the economy and your activity talk about prudent economic management. Seriously? Consistently. You they increase the budget deficit. Then you talk say, oh, now smaller deficit. Seriously? And I show the numbers. How that deficit, then you go call them smaller deficit compared to STEM, where you go say smaller deficit. Look at that. Where you take power, you engage in economic management and all that stuff. Seriously? Seriously, President Bio? As a matter of fact, now shrinking for the shrink. You say they shrink, but as of 2023, because now annual, now yearly data this. As of 2023, salon deficit, 6.5% of the country in GDP. And one last thing before I go fumble them, I will give President Bill the benefit of the doubt because not to him feel, but I just feel say maybe like how again I go back to Donald Trump. Where Donald Trump, the thing where they tell him, the advice where they give him, he can even kick against the advice they and say something completely wayward. A similar thing President Bill probably they do. Now you say the GDP or the economy a bigger pass where you be take power in 2018. It get for happen so. From 2018 to now, that's 6 years. For people that we don't know it in our GDP and our gross domestic product. So the goods and services where people and they render at the country, it don't necessarily mean say, nah, you for be citizen or no. As long as now inside salon they produce the goods them or services, like even Waska, when you Waska, then pay you that monetary exchange now then they account at the GDP. So it talk about unofficial economy. Yes. But we don't get statistics of that. So you see, something we even get statistics of. Say, oh, they don't create so many jobs now the unofficial economy. But again, GDP, now where you monetize like the money equivalence of all the goods and services produced in a salon, where salon they make. Where you put a monetary aspect, like the money cost and a GDP. So it means say, if the population increase, then the tendency for like that money value go up. President Bio. So not because of you find policies and stuff. For like in 6 years, you not see the money value for be higher than 6 years ago, you get continuously a decline in economic activity, a recession. As long as recession no day, if even, let's say, the growth rate, it be 1%, the growth rate, it be 1%, it goes still higher than we make. So even if the economy, they grow slower than the rate at which population, they increase, it goes still, the total value goes still past the 2018. Because for the most part, where population increase in natural, for let you get higher GDP. Because then people and they, if even don't get job, then you get for eat, then get for do boku other economic activities, and then they go cause for like that makituma where they sell for population where don't go up, for make more money. So that more money where they make, they add to GDP. So dear President Bio, not they make them comparison in the 6 years on, you say, oh, the economy is larger now than where it be 2018. Yes, it's supposed to be larger because of the population size don't go up significantly. Anyway, they are big. They take advice from your economists them, your economic advisors them, not just they throw things. You know, they per campaign where you go say you deliberately mislead people them. Not to campaign you they per rule. You na ruler now. Try for face the reality of the situation, and then they go help you for resolve the issues. Like I would say, acknowledging the problem is part of the solution. But if you don't acknowledge the problem, and you they tell yourself, say, oh, IMF they can't trust we, so we will get more money, and that means it go add to the GDP. So if now so you they look at things, now the wrong way that. IMF not a place where we for depend on. Now stopgap measures. But if you say you highly dependent on IMF, how I better explain this? How then they go attract investors, sober investors? The people that will go come, and people that will go come for can eat the money where IMF don't give. Not to people that they come for expand because they know say in few years you get for begin pay that loan day, and then they go contract. The economic activity go slow the economic activities. Any sober investor know that. So no use IMF for sell that idea there. No. When you go to IMF, it means you get problem. Now, only when you don't come out of IMF, then see say now you they rule, you they handle the economic activity in a prudent way. Then investors then go begin calm, say, okay, this president or this country, they don't learn the lesson. But not the way you in a hospital, you begin to brag, say, oh my goodness, I fit. No, you in hospital. You not go admit in a hospital, like how you they talk about, say, oh well, we dey into IMF programs and stuff, and then you want claim economic prosperity. No. Just like that example I gave the last time. You know, go in a hospital, you admit, what do you admit for? You know, go say, oh, now because I just want for car relax no more. No. For let you admit in a hospital, it means say you get problem, you sick, you get health issue. So it's the same thing with IMF. Whose country where they in a sound economic footing where they go to IMF? No. Did they go to the stock market? Or did they sell their bond directly? And did they go to us because they now the interest is very low. But because of the entire economic situation, and Boku people will they trust you anymore, so you stuck with IMF, where most times IMF not the last resort. I want to tell una Boku tenki, but President Bio, please, again, my advice is take learn from Kenya. Kenya na so the presidents them before Ruto, and then Ruto income continue with the reckless spending, and feel say, oh, he was democratically elected, and particularly the young folks them, oh, they like him and stuff. You know, we feel say honeymoon go cut short, less than 2 years. So for you now, people are say, oh, APCB ruined the country so much so that 10 years self no go do for fix them. Una the prayer matter for President Bio. At least if you not fix the whole thing, say, but let not deteriorate. Like how we they see so. It don't worsen the economic situation of the country. Given all major indicators, it'll worsen the economic situation. So let God bless you now with our family. Let God bless the VOS, and we all within a year where they try for share with knowledge with salon people them. Let God direct we, and let God direct the people them where they rule we. Fortunately, unfortunately, depending upon how you see them, we still get for deal with the politicians there. So to people where they say, oh, me no mix by politics, no, that's not wrong assessment. Politics or the politicians, now then they determine what you for pay, how much you for buy yes, and all, how much you they buy petrol, now then they determine all that. So if you quiet, you don't make your voice heard, then go continue for make the decision for you. And when they make the decision for you where you don't like, you don't get much for say. So we all need for put hands on deck. Let we make sure, say, we tell President Bio, say, they carry the country to the wrong direction. And some side there where somebody where he talk about the economy and I see few people and say, and that's it just happened almost say Africa because of the fear for the president and stuff. If not be parliamentary system of government, like how Canada, UK, and other countries then get, where na prime minister and you get for go na parliament for answer questions. President Bio not forbid they make all false statement here because he no say then go ask him. But now who da go ask him? Nobody. The media go scared, and if the media asks if, he go decide, he go choose not for answer. Because the only time we get for face, and even that self look what you do, the election, he rigged the election. So meaning that people and voice no matter to him. But na big mistake. Na matter of time, that solution day or that approach day, it not go work the next time. Let God direct their leaders here. Let God bring them into the civility. Let God direct them in a way that they go empathize with the people and realize that the people and they suffer and do the right thing and not to just for enrich themselves. And above all, fumble them, the country where me and you too call Sierra Leone. Let God direct that country there, and let God, even we the ordinary citizens safe. Because I be watch one video where a very interesting, now cartoon from Nigeria where one picking actually for photo like passport picture. The principal line begin. The principal ask the photographer, Amos. The photographer say, I think 300 or so. So he said, no, it go get 200. So the photographer say, okay, I go take them because the number of picking them, I go able to make something. So the principal, where the photographer said 200, the principal call one of his teachers them, say for go make announcement and tell the picking and say the passport picture now 500. Just imagine, from 200 where the photographer tell him, he say let them go tell the picking them for 500. So the teacher go, waiting himself do, he add on top of that. He tell the picking and say, let them go tell them, parents them, say 700. When I see the chain of corruption, so 700, the teacher tell them. So the other picking go na us, instead of 700, it tell a mama say, then say for cargo money for passport picture, the picking put them as 1,000 naira. So see, from 200, now the picking put them to 1,000 naira. So the mama say, okay, well, fine, I go tell you daddy where you come. The mama where he go tell the daddy, it tell the daddy say, then say for care money for passport picture, and the daddy ask, how much na the money? The mama, he said na 2,000 naira. A double, waiting the picking say, 2,000 naira. And then the papa begin blame him on the president and the country hardship. So wetin make I give una this now a funny, but it tell we how corruption they cause hardship na a country. Because una see from 200, where if na that 200 day for be pass on, take to the daddy, probably the daddy for say, oh, that's fine, reasonable and stuff. That is similar way that they put prices, where every step of the way that they gouge people them, and it creates a situation where they don't bring hardship in that country there. So wait to make I say this, not to just with politicians they corrupt, but me and you too, we need for revisit the way how we they do things. And of course, plenty of way there abroad, we don't fall victim. Where you go one for willingly help somebody, but guess what? That person there, the sorriat where you get for him, it go take advantage of him. If lost say it can't cry by you, say, oh, I get so sickness, then say hospital bill and stuff. When you ask how much for the hospital bill, highly likely, then go tell you more than waiting it cost. So this person we want for help. The same thing again for people where they bill and engage in boku things them. Even where you they help them, then go still try for gouge you. So fambulem, not to just no more for IBAM always, but the politicians them, but me and you too, we said get obligation for soften the economic challenges of that country there. So to una let God direct una as well. Una where they gouge your neighbor, let God direct you and stop for do that. The country where we all cherish and call Mama Saloon, fambulem, that country there. We don't get any other country. Let God bless that country there. And let it give we the benefit. Let God give you the benefit of the resources. Because no question, God wants for let we benefit from the natural resources then they. Let God bless the one and only country where me and you two call Mama Saloon and where we cherish very, very much. Until next Thursday, where I will come back with another episode of Politics and Economics. Again, on Saturday, I will encourage you now to tune in, and I believe say Madam Matilda will be now the hot seat for social media, salon issues. And then on Sunday, Mr. Shilon and probably Mr. Jamboria will come with another episode of social media review. But for me, I go sooner by God's grace on Thursday. So until Thursday, where I go sooner again at this wonderful platform, me and Abdul Karim Kargbo, they sit on all on a tata. Thank you for watching. Una subscribe and una not forget for share. Okay? Again, una tata.